In today's English listening lesson, I will read a story to help improve your English listening skills and then discuss the meaning of 5 English vocabulary words you need to know and understand. Well, hello, students. I hope you're having a fantastic day and welcome to another episode of Parlay with Jay. Today, I have a C-2 English listening practice video. Use this video to practice your listening skills. If you want to study my longer English lessons, use the links in the description. Today, I have a fun story I have put together and I call it Amir's Quick Trip. One day, Amir, a single young man in his 20s, decided he needed a break from his everyday routine. Without telling anyone, he had a sudden urge to explore new places and meet new people. So Amir withdrew $500 from his savings account, bought a ticket, and hopped on a train headed across Europe. The idea of being alone on this journey excited him, and he felt free for the first time in a very long time. He enjoyed watching the European countryside roll by his train seat and visiting a small town along the way. While traveling, Amir met a young woman named Roxy, who was also a spontaneous traveler. They bonded quickly, sharing stories of their lives and their dreams. The two felt an instant connection and decided to keep in touch, even after their journey ended. After 2 days on the road, Amir returned home. His mind was still filled with memories of the adventure. But the journey hadn't ended there. Amir and Roxy continued talking every day and soon made plans for another trip. Over time, their friendship grew stronger, and they decided to plan a big adventure to the United States together. It would be the first time for both of them visiting the country, and they were excited to explore it as a team. They dreamed of seeing big cities, trying new foods, and making unforgettable memories in the USA. For several years, Amir and Roxy became travel companions. They took trips to different countries, trying to visit as many places as possible. Each adventure brought new challenges and memories, but they faced them together, always finding joy in the journey. Their spontaneous friendship turned into a lasting connection, one built on a shared love of discovery and a passion for life on the road. Wow, what a great story. Have you ever felt like you needed, as we would say, a change of scenery? Maybe you have become stuck in a routine and you see the same people all the time. You go the same places. And sometimes you want to be spontaneous and just pick up and go. That's how we describe leaving at the spare of a moment. Or sometimes we say at the drop of a dime. And that's what I like about this story. Amir said, you know what? I need to get out of here. And so he jumps on a train, takes some money, and has a spontaneous adventure. We would also consider that to be a road trip. But nevertheless, let's talk about some vocabulary words from this story. The first one, of course, is spontaneous. And when someone is spontaneous, they act on a sudden urge without planning. Okay, so you do something without even thinking about it. That's called being spontaneous. So you might say, Amir made a spontaneous decision to travel across Europe. Or you might say the couple grew bored with one another, so they decided to be more spontaneous. Another vocabulary word, savings. Amir had a savings account. And a savings is money set aside for future use. Savings. So remember, Amir withdrew $500 from his savings. So you might say, I had a car emergency, but I was thankful to have a savings account where I could go and get the money so I could repair my car. Another vocabulary word from today's story is bond. Remember, Amir and Roxy began to have a tight bond or a close bond. So a bond in this context is described as a close relationship between people. Okay, so you could say the bond between them grew stronger over time. Or you might say the challenges that the marriage encountered only made the couple's bond stronger. Another vocabulary word is companion. Okay, someone who accompanies another person. So you do something with someone else, and that makes you their companion. A companion is also a friend. Okay, so you might say that's not my relative, that's my companion or my friend. So you might say a dog is a loyal companion. Okay, someone that you spend a lot of time with. And finally, another vocabulary word is discovery, the act of learning or finding something new. And so when Amir went traveling, he discovered new foods, new cultures. He got to discover different types of things as he went to new places he had never gone before. Discovery or discover. Discovery. Traveling new places, you might say, leads to exciting discoveries. Okay, so that's going to do it for today's quick English lesson. I know that I spoke a little fast-paced, especially for some of my beginner level English learners. But one of the benefits of me speaking a little bit faster is that I have the words here where you can follow along as I speak. So I want to challenge you from time to time. Maybe I'll pick up the speed, or I'll use some more challenging words. And so I wanted to do that in today's lesson. So don't be discouraged if you couldn't keep up with me today. I wanted to talk a little bit faster to kind of challenge you as you're listening and learning. Well, I hope you have enjoyed today's story about Amir. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section. Are you a spontaneous person, or do you stick to routines? Do you like discovering new things, or are you somewhat content with your familiar surroundings? Let me know down in the comments section. And as always, thanks so much for hanging out with me. And I hope you join me on my next English lesson.